modules
Yeah.
for the West Bengal file. So looking at soil acidity, soils in the region are naturally acidic. How might this impact farmers? So it just limits yields because the soils are so acidic that the
Yeah.
plants can't grow properly?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Uh, that's fine. And soil fertility. Why are soils not fertile in the region? Or why do they lack
Yeah, yeah.
fertility?
There are micronutrient deficiency like zinc.
Mhm.
Also, phosphorus deficiency is there in the soil of this region.
Uh, phos- and is it because those soils are naturally deficient in those
Yeah,
things, or
yeah,
is it
naturally
because
deficient. Yeah, yeah,
naturally deficient?
naturally deficient. But this naturally deficient in micronutrient, but this
Hmm.
phosphorus deficiency may be caused due to the traditional or age-long practice of repeated rice cultivation. You know, rice system,
Hmm.
predominant rice system.
Yes. Okay. So what I'll
Can you also
yep.
please write zinc in case of micronutrient deficiency? In bracket, you may write zinc. I mean,
Yep. I think
yeah.
that's good. Is there anything else you'd like to add to that definition?
No, I think from my side, it's that.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, no,
Um,
it's okay. Yeah.
Suboptimal weed control. So, that's good. That's good. High weed infestation. Why, why is this occurring?
Um, why is this occurring? I think there is a general phenomena, or also the Coach Bihar receives a high amount of rainfall, and
Hmm?
what to say? I think it's a general problem. I think high weed
Mhm.
infestation in this region.
So, suboptimal weed control,
Mhm.
that implies that farmers are not doing something as well as they could be doing, in terms of weeds. So,
Yeah, yeah.
is it that they're not managing them
Uh,
correctly? Is it that they're not
Rather
managing?
than managing, they lack the proper information of like which herbicide to use on which type of weeds like this.
Uh, ch- so, which herbicides to use? Is it the rates as well? Is that a problem?
Yeah, there.
The rates of herbicide, is that a problem as well? They don't know how much to put on, or is that not a problem?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, the doses also. Yeah.
Um, so the types of herbicides and the rates of herbicides. Is there anything
Mm-hmm.
else that you'd like to mention there, or is that enough?
No, I think it's okay.
Okay. Um, do they have access to herbicides? Can they access all the herbicides? Is the
Yeah,
market?
they
Yep.
have access to herbicide, but they lack the proper information.
Uh, okay. And is that the same for pest control?
Yeah, high disease and pest infestation, because of the weather that is prevalent here. It is tropical weather,
Hmm.
highly moist, and high humidity, and with a high temperature in this region. So that's the main reason of high disease and pest infestation.
Mm.
And due to
So just again, here we're looking at specifically from a farmer point of view. Are farmers not doing something correctly that is leading, because we're looking at suboptimal pest control.
Yeah,
So again,
yeah.
it's implying that the farmers aren't doing something correctly, or are they doing as best as they can, and it's just the way it is.
They are actually, I think there were no other options in the subcategory to give.
Mhm. So
That's why I
what?
think I gave suboptimal pest control. Uh,
Okay, so it's not a problem then that they're not.
no, no, it's a problem, but I mean, this is like a climatic phenomena, and
Okay.
also the obviously that issue is there, like the information, like the previous wheat herbicide thing. Obviously,
Mhm.
this is a problem. In our area, that is a major problem. Farmers often are misled from the like fertilizer shops or pesticide shops. They do not know the proper informations,
Right.
and
So
yeah,
um,
that
okay.
leads to a loss in their field, loss of their crops.
So there are two ways that we can do this here. So we
Yeah.
have suboptimal pest control and suboptimal weed
Hmm.
management in the
Hmm.
production constraints. And then
Hmm.
we have climate-induced biotic stress. So
Hmm.
disease because of the climate, insects
Hmm.
because of the climate.
Hmm.
We do not like to put both, because if
Hmm.
we put both, then there is an
Hmm.
overlap in the concept. It's very difficult to say that this loss is because farmers are not managing pests correctly,
Hmm.
and this loss, because the climate is this way, is completely separate. That's a
Yeah.
very difficult
Yeah. Yeah.
distinction to
Yeah.
make.
Yes.
So we really
Yes.
need one or the other. Would you like to keep it here and talk about farmers are misled in the information and they don't have the correct information to properly use pest control? Or would you like to talk about it here where you say the climate is such that uh, these things are quite a problem, that pests are a problem and are becoming more of a
Yeah.
problem?
I think Mackenzie, we can change the wordings here. I mean, in case of production constraints.
Mhm.
I would like to keep this pest control thing here. Like we
Yep.
instead of high disease and pest infestation, we can write lack of information regarding pesticides,
Okay,
or
that's good.
PPC. Instead of pesticide, please write PPC, plant protection chemicals.
Plant production chemicals. Plant production
Protection,
chemicals.
plant
Plant
protection chemicals.
protection. Good. Okay. So then the challenge here is that farmers do not have the correct and pest control. Okay, are you happy with that?
Yep.
And I'll change this to make it read a bit better, but
Mhm.
that's essentially the problem, isn't it?
Yep.
Oops, that +1. Um, okay, and we have to split disease and pest as well. So that's fine. That gives us just another challenge here. Um,
Yeah, we can split this. Yeah.
yes, and I'd imagine it's the same. It's the same for both of these then,
Mm.
isn't it? Or all three?
Yeah, but then if we are separating these, then we can write differently. Like in one plant protection chemicals, PPC in weeds. Okay.
Uh, for pests
Or
and
we can directly write like herbicide, pesticide, and okay, it's okay also. Yeah.
okay, I
Mm.
can change these and you can
Yeah.
change these as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
What we
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
want now is just the
Yeah.
the general
Mm-hmm.
ideas, and we're doing
Mm-hmm.
well at making progress here. So same as above. And I'll send all of this to you afterwards,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
again,
yeah.
then
Yeah, sure,
you
sure.
can change
Yeah,
as you'd
yeah,
like.
yeah.
So
Also,
this one,
please send these links to Professor Biplab
yep,
also when you
okay,
mail him. Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Uh, okay, so I should include Professor Biplap in all of the emails to you. Maybe is that good?
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Sure. I'll just CC, and that way he'll
Mm-hmm.
stay
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
loop.
yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so lack of ag manpower. So this is the cause of this problem. Timely
Mm.
operations. So
Yeah,
what
yeah.
actually is the problem here? Is it that crops are being the harvest is being delayed, or maybe just the timely
Yeah, yeah,
activities? It's
many
not.
things, not only harvest.
Mm,
Obviously, harvest like potato harvesting is going on now,
mhm.
and just 2 days back there was rainfall, and the farmers had to hurry in case of harvesting. But some of the farmers did not find laborers timely, and that's why they faced loss.
Mm.
Because the potatoes were in field and rain there was rain, so these type of problems also in case of like machinery like or rice transplanting, these type of things happen. Yeah,
So maybe lack of manpower means that cropping activities
yeah.
cannot be completed
Hmm.
completed uh, when they should be.
Yeah,
Because we want to keep it generic for all of the crops that you're looking at. So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
but the root problem is lack of manpower. Well, the short name here would be untimely operations or something similar to that, because um, it's caused by a lack of manpower.
Hmm.
Uh, but then the solution for this could be a number of things. It could be, uh, well, the main solution would probably
Yeah.
be mechanization.
Hmm.
Um, so that I'm happy with that. I'm happy with leaving that there.
Hmm.
Sporadic micronutrient deficiency. Have we already
Hmm.
captured this in poor soil
Yeah,
fertility?
so in soil fertility there was uh, other things also, rather only micronutrient deficiency. So we can what we can do is from there we can transfer that nutrient deficiency to here.
Uh, so it would be best to have soil infertility just once. If we
Okay,
have it twice, it would be very difficult to separate. This loss is caused by a lack of phosphorus, and this loss is caused by a lack of micronutrients. It would be easier
okay.
to just talk about it in terms of um, soils are infertile, and this is why. We can separate it if you would like, um, but it could add a bit of, hmm, it might actually
I
be good.
think it would be better to separate because in case of
Okay.
poor soil fertility there may be other components also. So I think it's better.
So micronutrient fertility,
Yeah, you can write zinc and boron.
yeah.
Sporadic micronutrient deficiency, zinc,
So
boron.
uh,
Also, there may be manganese deficiency, but I am not sure. I have to check that with it.
that's fine.
Yeah.
You can change this
Don't
later as
write.
well.
Yeah.
So
Don't write.
macronutrient fertility problems in the soil, because that's just how the soils are. There's no uh, it's a natural deficiency.
Yeah, it's natural deficiency.
Mhm. So natural macronutrient fertility problems. Fertility, and then this one we get rid of micronutrients. We talk about phosphorus
Yeah.
specifically because of continued cultivation or over cultivation.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, the Coach Bihar soil is high in sand fraction.
Okay, the soil. is also um, which worsens. Is that's
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, yeah, it's okay.
And oh, okay. And I imagine that's also a problem with the micronutrients. So, uh, oops, soil is, yeah, I'll put this in the other one as well.
The sand fraction one?
Yes, is sand important here or no?
No, 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 not
Okay,
here.
okay, good. Um, okay, so seven is good. Seven is enough. Is there
Okay.
anything else that you would like to add?
No, I think these are the major agronomic problems.
Okay.
So
Mm,
if we if like I think of something in later, I will add. Yeah.
okay. I
Yeah.
think actually it would be good to add maybe one or two more, just
Okay.
because we have suboptimal control of pests and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
diseases three
Mm-hmm.
times.
Mm-hmm.
So then when we look at the adaptations,
Mm-hmm.
IPM or
Mm.
maybe a new herbicide or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, actually, IPM specifically, if that's one of the adaptations,
Mm.
that will be a very important adaptation like that because it will address
Mm.
all three of these. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and if those are the problems and
Yeah,
these are
I
the main
think
ones,
for
then
now
that's
this is
fine.
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But I can see already IPM and then uh, 4R fertilizer management, if that's an adaptation as well, those are going
Mm.
to be the two best adaptations because the
Mm.
problems are poor soil fertility and
Mm.
these and lack of manpower. Mechanization is generally not looked at so well in the tool because it has a high upfront cost and it's
Mm.
difficult to achieve.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Um, but yeah, that's good. So
Mm.
now we are looking at climate constraints. Are you
Yeah.
okay to keep going? I know we have 10
Yeah,
minutes
yeah, yeah.
left. Yeah, okay. Um, so same as before, I just want you to tell me what you think is an important event
Yeah.
or an important problem in terms of the climate. I'll write down some notes
Yeah.
and then I'll ask you
So,
some questions and we'll decide on a
yeah.
unit as well.
Yeah. So the main problem that is becoming now here, it is erratic distribution of rainfall.
Okay, erratic distribution of rainfall. That is a difficult one to capture. Um, hmm. And maybe you can think as well while I look here. Getting a unit for erratic distribution of rainfall, how do you quantify erratic rainfall? Is it that there are
That
too
will
many
be, I think,
floods?
millimeter.
So we have to look at it in terms of the events
Yeah.
or in terms of an average. So
Okay.
erratic rainfall, maybe we split and we talk about too much rain and not enough rain separately.
Not
So
enough rain. Not
so
enough
not
rain.
enough rain is the main problem.
Actually, not enough. The thing is, uh, the rainfall is not happening in a timely manner. You know, when
Mm.
the crop needs rain, it's not raining, but it's like it's raining when the crop is near to maturity or harvesting stage. You know, so
Okay.
like this. Yeah.
So maybe this
So
one here,
timing of rainfall. Yeah.
you can see the one I've highlighted.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe if you can very specifically point out times when the crop needs rain and
Hmm.
times, but the difficulty here is that different crops are going to need rain at different times.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like
S-
what
So
happened in
maybe,
case of this year's maize harvesting,
mhm.
maize not harvesting, maize showing got delayed because there was one untimely rain in the month of October, so
Mhm.
we had to delay our maize showing.
Maize showing, what
Yeah.
is that harvesting?
No, showing, showing in the field. Maize sowing in the field.
Ah, sowing. Ah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay. So maybe we can do untimely rainfall. Um,
yeah,
and we talk about uh, untimely rainfall early in the season.
yeah,
This causes delayed planting. What is
yeah.
that?
Did it? Yeah. Not planting. You write sowing.
Sorry, delayed sowing.
Also, in case of rice, also in the previous season's Bodo paddy,
Mm,
um, there was rainfall just before harvesting that affected the yield.
mm. So,
Not, yeah,
so here we want generic challenges.
yeah.
And then later in module CI, so this is C minus, we look at each challenge as it relates to each separate crop. So
Okay.
that's when you'll consider what untimely rainfall causes in rice, in maize, in all of the crops that you've
Mm-hmm.
nominated and decided to go with.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it is
Okay. Yeah.
split up like that.
Okay.
Untimely rainfall in early season causes delayed sowing. So what would be, is this a problem in all of the seasons?
No, no. That's
Oh, we're
why
only doing Rabi
it's
season.
becoming erratic. Na? This is not a continuous static type of problem. So
So because we're only doing one season here, we're doing Rabi season.
yeah.
Um, what would be considered early Rabi season? So give me like a month or something if you can, when rain would be bad
Yeah,
early in the season.
Like October, October, yeah, September, October, November. This rain in this month will be bad. This will
So
impact
let's
the crops.
maybe we say September to October.
Yeah,
And then what we can say, millimeters in that time period. So
yeah,
in early season. And maybe we stop there for the minute. These
mm,
we can get to those later.
mm.
And then there's another time as well, which is where rainfall is untimely. What was that? That was late in the
Uh,
season?
that was not the Rabi season actually.
Uh,
Uh, or you can say that's the very late Rabi. I mean that's Bodo season. So that was like in the month of uh, you know May or April. April.
uh, so if we are doing only Rabi season, we can
Yeah.
only look at challenges in the Rabi season. We cannot look at
Yeah.
any other challenges.
Then I think it's okay.
Okay. So that
Yeah.
captures what you mean when you say erratic rainfall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, good. Is increased temperature a problem?
Yeah. Temperature is increasing. Yes, it's becoming a problem.
Okay. So there are three different ways that we can capture this. One is there is an increase in the average temperature.
Yeah.
The second one is there are more extreme heat events. So there are more days throughout the Rabi season that are above 35 degrees, let's say, just as an example.
Hmm.
And the third one is increased severity of the heat events. So we think of the
Uh,
single worst heat event in the Rabi season. How
no,
hot would that be?
I think it will be the increased average temperature.
Increased
Yeah.
average temperature.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, so just be mindful here.
Hmm.
The increased average temperature,
Hmm.
having your increase of 1 degree, right? If you had every day through the season, you had a normal season, but every single day was 1 degree hotter, that
N-
wouldn't
n-
really be a problem, right?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's not the
it's
case.
just
Yeah.
making sure that we know that increased seasonal temperature is made up of increased heat events and
I
increased
mean, the
severity of heat
connotation of
events.
this thing is, I mean, year after year, gradually temperature is increasing. We can see that we are facing this problem
Hmm.
in this region.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine then. So then the unit there is degrees above average.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one. Is there a problem with temperatures going down? Probably not. So in the Rabi season, are there cold events? Is there frost or something like that? Or that's not a
No,
problem in
no,
Rabi
no,
season?
no,
No?
no, no, no,
Okay.
no.
Is there ever any flooding in the Rabi season?
No. In the Rabi season, there is no flooding. Flooding
No flooding.
occurs mainly in Kharif season. No.
Okay. Um, are there ever any problems with drought? Not enough water?
This region is not frequent with drought. No, drought is not that much of a problem here.
So there's no issues with
Um,
not having sufficient water.
Water is actually this region gets high rainfall.
High rainfall,
Uh,
but there's
yeah,
no flooding.
but not in Rabi season.
Oh, okay. So when, okay, so maybe
So
then in the Kharif, so just I'll check if I understand. Is that okay?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Flood happens in Kharif season.
hmm, so floods happen in Kharif season, and
Yeah,
then there is enough water because of all the water that's fallen in the Kharif season
yeah, yeah,
for the Rabi season. There's enough water
yeah,
for
yeah,
everybody.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Um, Storm intensity. So are there any problems with hail, uh, increased rainfall? We already said no. Any winds?
These things are also associated with Kharif season, not the Rabi season.
Okay. Uh, we already talked about insects and disease, and we've already done those in P minus.
But I think here also we can give high not high but pest and disease outbreak we can see because of uh, very specific climatic condition. If that happens in a year, then like aphid, um, uh, in Rabi season during winter, if rain happens, then aphid infestation, or in case of potato lead blight infestation, this may worsen.
Okay. So the reason that it's difficult to do this, the way that we capture disease outbreaks and increased insect outbreaks is
Yeah,
by the percentage loss, right?
yeah, yeah,
So we look at exclusively disease and insect events which are
yeah,
caused by changing climate, that are caused by climate events. Looking only at the loss from these events,
yeah,
um,
yeah,
it's sometimes difficult to understand that just in the workshop, it sounds like you understand
yeah.
that a loss in yield can just be caused by that,
Yeah, yeah,
and
the
to
loss of yield
isolate
can
that,
be because of that, because potato lead blight can affect the whole of the field in just 2 or 3 days. So it
yes,
will be a big problem.
yes. But the problem here is that we talk. So let's use that example. We're talking about potato late blight,
Yeah.
and it's caused by a changing climate. If a farmer were to better manage disease,
Hmm.
then that problem would not be as bad, right?
Uh, yeah, but yeah, he actually has to better prepare with for that weather phenomena. He has to
Mm,
make contingency plans beforehand, and that's the problem here, right? Farmers are
mm,
not that much educated, or they lack the proper
yes,
information or climate forecasting, weather forecasting, these type of things.
yes,
So yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
But then because the farmer has not managed disease as well as he could, he is suboptimally the farmer has suboptimally managed disease.
mm-hmm.
This is a problem. So do you see where the overlap is? This
Yeah,
the
okay, okay,
losses
okay.
here is
I
caused
understand what you are
by this.
saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
Um,
I think it's both way, not only due to the farmers management. If even if farmers managed, he would face some loss. Um,
do
I
you
don't
think
know.
that we can isolate that conceptually though? Do you think that we can think if a farmer was managing a crop
I
correctly?
I think it would be better to mention for now, mention this for now, and if Biplab sir checks, I think he can fine tune that, or he can probably omit that one too.
Okay. Um,
But I think it would
so
be better for now to mention that here.
okay. Just making sure that like you'll have to definitely explain the
Yeah.
overlap and make sure
Mm-hmm.
that he
Okay.
understands that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. Yeah. Okay.
is
Yeah.
there any problem with the season becoming shorter or longer? It sounds like we kind of capture that here. I don't know. What do you think?
Um, season becoming shorter or longer, I don't think that's much of a problem.
Okay,
I would say another problem that is, groundwater depletion. So
right.
in
So
the
that would
Rabi
be here.
season, yeah.
That would be suboptimal water management.
Okay.
Uh, so is that farmers are using too much and then there's not enough to go around?
Yeah, there are like there are some crops that farmers are used to do traditionally, like boro paddy, that requires huge amount of water, and we are trying to replace boro paddy by other crops like maize or for sustainable groundwater use. So yeah.
Um, okay. So we've gone through these and we have four different climate challenges, which, uh, to be honest, Sumyadeep, it's not quite
Yeah.
enough to
Mm-hmm.
have.
Mm.
So what I would recommend doing, as we were going through here, you were telling me excessive water, that's a problem in the Kharif season. Insufficient water, that's a problem in the Kharif season.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think we need to add the Kharif season to this file
Okay.
because otherwise we're only looking at these four challenges. The production
Okay.
constraints are fine because they can apply to both.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, but without the Kharif season, it's
Mm.
it's not really looking at the whole system, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Mm.
so do you agree? What do you think?
Yeah, I think yeah, for having the total picture of the climate phenomena, it would be better
Hmm,
to incorporate Kharif. Yeah.
okay. So I will fix that file then and make sure that you can add or I'll
Mm-hmm.
prepare it to add the Kharif season.
Mm-hmm.
That will be fine. Um, so let's add those ones that only apply in the Kharif season then. So this one was untimely rain, only a problem in Rabi or also sometimes in Kharif?
No, it's also problem in Kharif also sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, so the dates we've given here are for the Rabi season.
Yeah.
Um, what are the dates for the Kharif season? When would untimely rainfall be for Kharif?
In case of Kharif, sometimes like untimely rainfall means rainfall doesn't happen sometimes.
Okay, so in that
Yeah.
case,
So
this one
that's
would
the
just be
opposite
for,
problem
yeah,
in
so that
case
would
of
be
Kharif.
insufficient water. We can do that after. Um, increased seasonal temperature. This is a problem for both seasons.
Yeah, both seasons. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, disease outbreak problem in both seasons. Insect outbreak same.
No. This let's keep this for Rabi season only.
Okay, and I'll mention,
Insect outbreak. that we can see for both seasons.
Yeah. So later when you go through this and finish filling it out,
Yeah.
you put yes and no here. So disease was only Rabi season.
Mm-hmm.
So it just looks like this.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. And then here it was only a problem in Rabi season. Okay, good. Okay, and then the problem was excessive water. So what type of flooding would you like to do? Or would you like to do multiple types of flooding?
Not flash flood.
No? Stagnant?
Yeah, stagnant flooding. Yeah, it's
Okay.
not hilly region, so
So when would that be a problem? What months would
Kharif,
that be a problem?
Kharif, Kharif.
Is there a specific time that that might be a problem in the Kharif season or just all Kharif
Not a
season?
specific time. It will depend upon on the rainfall, the timing of rainfall.
Hmm?
If very heavy rain occurs during the Kharif season, so yeah,
I'll just ask as well, when is the Kharif season? When does that
Kharif
start and
season
end?
Kharif season starts from June,
Hmm?
like June, July, August,
Hmm?
September, up to September. It continues.
So it finishes in September.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
And when
the Kharif
does,
season actually coincides with the rainy season here. That's
yeah,
the thing. Yeah.
and when is the Rabi season?
Rabi season starts after that, like from October.
October to February?
Yeah, October to like that, February or yeah,
Yep,
mid March.
yep. Oh, I'll put March then.
Mm.
Okay. Stagnant flooding, good. And there's a couple ways that we can look at stagnant flooding. So we can look at the number of days in the season which have waterlogged soils, or can look at the consecutive days. So consecutive days is one time in the longest stagnant flood of the year. How long? Or stagnant flooding. This one is how many days of stagnant flooding throughout the season. Which one would you like?
I think the I think it would be both actually.
Okay, so we can only have one this time because
Okay.
other it doesn't work
Mm.
to do both here.
I think it would be then it would be better to go for days. Days with
Yep,
water. Yeah,
total days.
yeah.
Days with waterlogged soils. Excellent. Um, okay, and then insufficient water. So there are two ways we can do this, Sumideep. We
Yeah.
can either do one for the whole season, or we can do
Mm-hmm.
early, mid, and late season.
Mm-hmm.
We normally prefer to do early, mid, and late season because it means that we can have a lot of nuance in the way we talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but total season is probably a little bit easier to do. What do you
Mm-hmm.
think?
But flooding is not the problem of other seasons. I mean, it happens only during Kharif season.
So this is drought we're talking about,
Oh,
like not
insufficient
enough water.
water. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Insufficient water. Yeah, that you can say in Rabi season.
So this is a problem in the Rabi season.
Yeah. Um, Rabi, or you can say pre-Kharif,
Yep.
Um,
So if we start talking about pre-Kharif, then you have to add two
yeah,
seasons,
then you
Sumirdeep.
have
So
to we had again another season.
yes,
Um,
we can just look at Rabi if that's okay.
yeah, yeah, okay, okay. Like
So
late Rabi. In case of late Rabi, sometimes it happens. Yeah.
okay, so
Mm.
you will not have insufficient water in early Rabi, for instance.
No, no, not in early Rabi. No.
What about mid-season? Not in mid-season either.
Yeah,
Okay, so that means we just keep late season. That's
yeah.
fine.
Hmm.
So, what is late Rabi season? Did we do that already? No. Late Rabi season would be February, March, or
February, yeah,
January to March.
February or mid March. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and there's a couple ways that we can look at this. So late season water deficit here. We can either look at the longest period without rain. We can look at the number of millimeters below average rain for that area, which is probably what I would recommend for this. Or we can look at the number of days which did or did not have rain.
Um, I think longest period would be better.
So we're looking at a drought then, right? The longest
Yeah.
drought in the late. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, excellent. And then storms. You mentioned that there might be storms in the Kharif season, no?
Yeah, yeah. Storms are in Kharif season.
So waterlogging might occur in Kharif, but
Yeah.
not in Rabi.
Mm.
And what type of storm? So are we looking at winds? Are we looking at hail? We've
Hailstorms.
talked
Hailstorms.
hailstorms.
Yeah.
Hail.
That's the main cause of yield loss.
Okay. Hailstorms. Kharif
Kharif.
season. And when would these generally occur? Throughout the whole Kharif season, or is there a specific day
No,
or a
no, no,
specific
not
month?
whole Kharif season. That again depends upon the specific events.
Yep. So we're talking about hailstorms then.
Hmm.
Is it possible that you would have a hailstorm at the beginning, but also at the end? Is that possible?
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah.
Yep. So can occur through the whole Rabi season. Oh, Kharif.
Kharif,
Sorry.
yeah.
Uh, Kharif.
So, Mackenzie, I'm afraid we have to stop here now because
Yes,
I have to go. Like, I have one verification hearing for a certificate that is
yes.
required for that interview. So,
No,
yeah,
that's completely fine. Thank you for
yeah, yeah, yeah,
coming. That's been
yeah.
very helpful. I'll send this all to you, and
Yeah.
good luck with your.
Ravi, what we are doing this. What would be much better, sitting with the whole team and make all these things. Like during the workshop, there will be whole team, right?
Mm.
So,
And we will do that. Yes,
yeah, we should. That would be better, like
yes.
rather than
So
discussing on a one-to-one basis. Yeah,
yes, what we want
yeah,
here, Sumyadip, I'll
yeah,
just make it
yeah,
really quick because I know you need to
yeah,
go.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Um, we want to have data
yeah,
here
yeah,
that we can discuss in the workshop. So we have these data
yeah.
points. If they're not perfect, then we
Yeah,
discuss them in the workshop with all the experts and they
yeah,
say, this
yeah,
is
yeah,
what's
yeah.
recommended. Maybe we want to change it a little bit. If we start from
Hmm.
nothing, then
Hmm.
it's harder to do it and we have to fill out everything. Whereas if
Hmm.
we're just changing things where we don't think it's correct, then
Hmm.
it shortens that process by a lot.
Yeah.
Um, so
Hmm.
again, I hope that you and you mentioned that you will be able to help with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
next
yeah.
modules
Yeah,
and we will have data.
I will be able to sit with Biplab sir after 27th because as I told that I I have one exam and one interview.
Yes.
So
Okay, I'll
that's the
try to.
main, yeah. But I will incorporate all the things. Be assured. Yeah.
Yes. So I'm open for to have a short meeting with you then as well, and we can work through it together.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I will communicate with you further, and I'll speak to Biplab as well.
Yeah.
Biplab as
Yeah.
well.
Please. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Please.
Thank you, Sumirdeep, for coming,
Yeah.
and
Thank
I
you,
hope everything
Mackenzie.
goes well for you. Bye bye.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much. Bye. Bye.